just a gritty blue collar guy.
Heck
So
yeah.
he came in, he was fifth in New York State as a junior. And then his senior year was COVID, so he didn't get to wrestle. His goal was always to be a state champ. And I know when he finished fifth in the state, all four guys in front of him were seniors. Three of them went Division 1, and the kid who took fourth, he didn't wrestle, but that kid went Division 3. Tommy Askey, I think, was the champ, the one that
Hmm.
just transferred to Minnesota.
Yeah.
So he was in that weight class, and like his goal, his dad was his high school coach. His dad wrestled at St. Lawrence. He wanted to be a state champ, and that was his whole thing. And he didn't get a chance to wrestle his senior year, so then he kind of just said, "All right, I want to be a national champ." And he came in, and he was not raw, but like you could tell. I could tell, like I was like, I don't know if this kid even wants to get coached by me. He knows what he's doing. He thinks he's got it all figured out. So I think his first year was an adjustment period for him. He still did well. And then he was 165, and then he went up to 184. And he kind of took what I was saying with what he knew with his coaching from his dad and combined things. He bought in more in the weight room. And he had a really, really good year. Finished
Yeah.
fifth in the region. Came up a little short, so he was disappointed, but that fueled his off season. And he just put in a ton of work. And then he fifth in the country this year, won the region, fifth in the country. And the biggest thing was just one of his goals for the year was do something extra every day. Um, and he did. He would come in, get on the bike early, stay late on the bike, do extra sprints, do extra live. One of the things he did a lot was we'd practice usually 5 to 7. Our women's team would go 7 to 9. He'd come in somewhere between 9 and midnight when they locked up the building to get in. So he didn't get locked out, and he would do more drilling, live, whatever. And there was a few guys on the team that would get in there with him, and they would just wrestle more at
Yeah.
11 o'clock at night. And that was the biggest thing. I think all his teammates know that. And I think you can always say, like, hey, you got to do extra stuff. It's like, yeah, I know I got to do extra stuff. But when you see someone do extra stuff consistently all season long and go from fifth in the region to fifth in the country, it makes it a little easier to say, like, all right, that's why I got to do extra stuff. That's what can happen if I do that extra stuff.